Hi all, see this. This is a problem regarding, we will say, the locus of a point. Okay. Why locus of a point? So here we are required to find out the locus of a center of a circle. That's the equation we are going to find out in such a way that that circle touches that given circle externally, and also that circle will touch the x-axis. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to understand what we'll go ahead and do. Okay, so first we'll draw the circle which is actually mentioned as x square, y square, 8x and all that stuff. So this is the circle center at P. Now we see that this some circle we need to be drawn which touch that given circle externally. Okay, so let's draw that. So if we draw that circle externally, right, so therefore we can understand that we are required to find out the center of that Q. Okay, so we have to find the locus of this Q, and that locus of the point Q can be a circle, can be an ellipse and whatever. We'll see that in that process, right? So first we have to understand that as it is a circle and all the stuff, so we are required to find out the center and obviously the radius, right? So we'll use that equation. So let's go ahead and consider the given equation of that circle. So the given circle, that equation of circle is given as x square plus y square minus 8x minus 8y, then minus 4, and that's equal to 0. Okay. Now we'll compare with the general equation of a circle, that is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c, and that's equal to 0. So comparing, we'll have that g is equal to minus 4, f is equal to minus 4, and c is equal to minus 4 as well. So therefore we'll find out that center, that means that point P is equal to minus g minus f. That gives you 4, 4. And if I try to calculate the radius, that gives you square root of g square plus f square minus c. That gives you actually all are 4. So therefore we can find that in this case we'll get 4 square plus 4 square. So 4 square plus 4 square plus 4. So it's 36 and then 6. So therefore you'll find that the radius is actually 6 unit and the coordinates of P is actually 4, 4. We already calculate that. Now we observe that it's given that the point Q, okay, the center Q, in such a way that we can say it is x, y, h, k and all that stuff. But here it is also says that if we draw the horizontal and vertical axes, right, then it touches the x-axis. Now as it is touches the x-axis, obviously we'll find that x-axis is actually the tangent to the circle. As it is a tangent to the circle, we already know that tangent is always perpendicular to the radius. So therefore if I drop a perpendicular from the point Q to the x-axis, if I draw a perpendicular from that point Q to h-axis, we'll say that this gives you k and k. Okay. Why? It is simply because that if I consider it as h and k, so this will gives you k and this is h. So the radius of that circle, if I consider as k, right, the coordinate of the point becomes not hk. It will be interchanged to as k and k. So that's why we'll say that this point now will be modified as k. Okay, that's it. So therefore we'll say that let Q, K, K be the center of the circle or the required circle. That means the white one. Now see that beforehand we chosen the coordinate as h and k, but here I just need to forcefully change it as k and k. It's simply that because it is a x-axis. If it is not an x-axis, something else, then we need a condition or the relation between h and k, because otherwise we can't solve this particular similar kind of problem. Okay. Now see that it says that the same thing, right, is actually it touches externally. So what is the meaning of touching externally? Touching externally means that the distance between the two center must be equal to sum of the radiuses, right? So we already calculate that this radius is 6 and the coordinate of P is actually 4 and 4. So therefore we can say that PQ is equal to 6 plus k, and if I go ahead and trying to find the PQ by distance formula, so therefore we can say that this gives you as 4 minus k whole square plus 4 minus k whole square. That's it. So that's actually gives you the equation of that circle. Okay. Now see that in that particular case, in this particular case, we are required to find out the relation. We are required to find out a relation between this. So how we go ahead and find out this relation? Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay. Now, here we observe that, right, in this particular case, sometime we always make, okay, this kind of small error conceptually, okay. Now see that whatever I said here, right, it's 100% correct, but still there is an issue in this particular problem. Now what that issue is involved here, okay. Now think on that. We assume that, right, the radius is k, right. And also we assume that this perpendicular distance, whatever we go ahead and calculate it, right, this is k. So that has no issues, right? But this distance is also k, right? But in this particular problem, they don't mention to you that the same circle is actually intersected or touches the y-axis as well, because it only touches x-axis, right? So we cannot consider forcefully that it touches the y-axis. Now see that if I consider this point as k, right, as I said before, it's definitely in that case it will intersect that y-axis as well. So that's why we have to change that particular problem and change it to h by default. So this will change it, okay. So therefore this became 4 minus h, okay. Now let's go ahead. So therefore we'll have this is 6 plus h, and we have this as, this is 6 plus k, this is 4 minus h whole square and all that stuff. Now we have to equate them. So if we equate them, we can say that 6 plus k whole square is equal to 4 minus h whole square plus 4 minus k whole square. Now go ahead and expand that. So therefore if I expand this, we'll get it as 36 plus k square plus 12k is equal to 16 plus h square minus 8h plus 16 plus k square minus 8k. So that gives you the expansion. Now obviously we need to eliminate all those appropriate values and all that stuff, and let's go ahead. So see that from both sides k square get cancelled. So therefore let's go ahead. So we'll see that, make it little simplified. So it is 36 plus 12k is equal to 32 plus h square minus 8h minus 8k. That's imply that let's all h and k in a different side. So therefore we can go ahead and write down that h square minus 8h is equal to 4 plus 20k. So that's imply that it can be written as h square minus 2 times of 4h plus 16. So we are trying to write down in h minus something whole square form, completing the square. So here we added 16. So definitely we have to subtract 16, right? No, minus 16. That minus 16 will go ahead in the right side. So therefore we'll get it as 20 outside. So 20k plus 1. So therefore this equation can be written as h minus 4 whole square is equal to 20 times of k plus 1. So what is h and k? H and k are gives you the so-called, right, the center. So what is the locus of the center of Q? So the locus will gives you the locus of the point Q, that gives me that x minus 4 whole square is equal to 20 times of y plus 1. So you can easily observe that this is definitely becomes a parabola. Okay, so therefore with the final answer is obviously the last option D, and that's parabola, and that's it. So that's the problem. So your job is to understand the figure and then you just proceed with that. Hope you understood the problem. Thank you.